When we work with our clients throughout the world, they often ask us, is it really a good time to invest in new technology? And do we really need to invest in new enterprise technology? And more often than not, the answer is a resounding yes, and that's exactly what I want to talk about here today. My name is Eric Kimberling. I'm the CEO of Third Stage Consulting. We're an independent consulting firm that helps clients throughout the world reach the third stage of digital transformation success. And clients often ask the question, do we really need to invest in new technology? And while it's a good question to ask, more often than not, most organizations are falling behind in their technology and their technology journeys. And so the time is ripe for most organizations to invest in technology and to continuously invest in new technologies that might help improve their business models. So what I wanted to talk about today are the things that you might consider as you think about whether or not it's time to embark on a digital transformation. One of the fascinating things about the enterprise technology space is that technology is changing so rapidly. In fact, change in the technology space is accelerating, and change in the technology space is far exceeding the ability of organizations to change, which is both good news and bad news. But when it comes to looking at the technology that you have in your legacy systems, chances are that you're missing out on a lot of capabilities, a lot of R&D dollars that have been spent by vendors. In fact, software vendors are spending billions of dollars, literally billions of dollars, in R&D in their new technology solutions. So chances are there's a lot of capabilities that you aren't taking advantage of that you could be. You think of things like emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, predictive analytics, business intelligence, all these different capabilities that most organizations aren't good at, but that technology can help enable. So this whole concept of technical debt, which a lot of analysts will refer to this as, is to help catch up where you are today versus where you could be with new technology. And so investing in new technology helps you erase some of that technical debt as you go forward. As organizations change and evolve over time, they're increasingly likely to have operational silos. And what I mean by operational silos is that you have your finance department, your warehouse, your customer service in different parts of your organization that are operating in their own little silos without cross-pollination or cross-functions across business processes. Same goes for systems and data. More often than not, the systems and data are not integrated and are operating in silos as well. And this phenomena of having operational silos accelerates as organizations grow. So the faster they grow, the more likely they are to have silos. It accelerates when they acquire other companies. And it also accelerates as they enter new markets or as they expand their product or service offering. So all these dynamics that most organizations go through on a day-to-day basis are increasingly likely to create operational silos. And modern day enterprise technologies are meant to break down those operational silos and help integrate an organization. So when you think about a reason why you might want to embark on a digital transformation, be sure to think about and evaluate whether or not you're operating with operational silos that could be mitigated with new technologies. Another common challenge that most organizations we work with experience is a lack of visibility. They don't have visibility into day-to-day operations. They aren't able to drill from top-line P&L numbers down to transactional levels of detail. They're having to go to multiple systems to get the data they need. They're having to manipulate data in spreadsheets. In some cases, they just don't have the data. So having better visibility into your data, into your operations, into your financial results, your operational results, your supply chain results, all those things are very important and things that can be addressed with new technologies. If you're watching this video, chances are you have legacy systems that you've had in place for a certain amount of time. Perhaps you've had them in place for decades. And in having these older systems, these legacy systems, chances are that the technology has not only become outdated, but it's become increasingly expensive and difficult, if not impossible, for you to maintain and keep these systems up to date to evolve with your business and your business needs. If you think about organizations that are still running on mainframe or green screen types of systems, they're oftentimes struggling to maintain those systems simply because so few people know the programming language that supports mainframe systems. Now, this might be an extreme example, but chances are you still have an ERP system that might be outdated. You might not be on the most recent version. You might not yet have migrated to the cloud. So chances are very high that your vendor is going to decommission that product at some point in the near future. So if you're operating on an older system, a legacy system that's creating uncertainty in its future and/or is being constrained or hamstrung by the fact that there aren't enough resources out there to support the system, it might be time for you to look at new technology for your organization. In today's continuous improvement type of environment, it's important to think about how can we increase the business value of our organization. And the beauty of today's technology, for many of the reasons I've mentioned already, is that technology today can add a lot of business value to organizations, whether that be top-line revenue growth, increasing efficiency, increasing your customer experience and customer satisfaction, increasing or enhancing your employee satisfaction. Those are just a few examples of areas that can be improved by technology in a very measurable way. So as you think about whether or not you should be embarking on any sort of digital transformation or enterprise technology initiative, be thinking about, can we be getting additional business value if we were to selectively leverage different types of technology for our organization? So I hope this has provided you some things to think about as you consider whether or not you should invest in new technology. And for more information and more details about specific technologies that might help your organization, I encourage you to download our annual digital transformation report, which is a free guide I've included a link to below that provides best practices on how to select and deploy new technologies, as well as software reviews and rankings that we've independently provided within that guide. So be sure to download that below. I've included some links to that, as well as links to other resources that I think will help you in your digital transformation journey. So I hope you found this information useful and hope you have a great day.